Okay, then we are continuing the video. We are going around Tromsø island. And to the right side here is the riding school, or horse school if you want. Then we come to, this is to say that we are in southern direction now. And what you see on the right side here is the airport in Tromsø, with a runway straight out here to the right. The airport was built in the 60s, and yeah, it's been bigger and bigger. It has been escalated several times. I think one of the last and biggest escalations was in the 80s, as far as I know. But it's an airport where biggest aircrafts can land. And there is also a lot of traffic here, usually. Couple of green medical airplanes. The reason why they are standing here is there was a new operator here flying the medical service a year or two ago. And, to the left side here, first I have to say, the area we are now in is named Longnes. And to the left here is a lot of service companies, car industry and shopping, and quite a big shopping mall here named Jekta Storsenter. And also K1 is a very big shopping mall. So two shopping malls, quite big, are situated in this area. And also we have in fact 3 lanes, what's not very normal in northern Norway. So to the right you can go to the airport and Kvaløya, and to the left over to Breivika, and straight forward to the center, city center, or the southern tip of Tromsø island. What we are going to do now. There's a lot of traffic, we have to check. To the left here is the postal terminal in Tromsø. And here to the left there's uphill, it's named Longnesbakken. Before we had the tunnels inside Tromsø, Longnesbakken was very feared in the wintertime because there was a lot of accidents. It's a steep hill, and you can imagine all the trucks and buses and sedans, the cars up there, and it's very smooth, and the road is very slippery. It's very soon to have. It can quickly become accidents, and it was. Sometimes there was tragic results by people were killed. Mostly there was only the cars were crashed. I'm so sorry for the weather, but nothing to do about it. Should have been better, but maybe we can take another trip another day, perhaps tomorrow. I hope the weather will be better then. Wonder what all of these bumps are. It's for the reducing of the speed for the road. The road we're driving in now is having speed limit of 30 kilometers per hour. But to keep this speed limit, it's necessary to have bumps, which reduces the speed of cars, drivers who want to drive fast. Now we're in the area named Sorgenfri. Sorgenfri is a very old name in Norway, and it means something like free of sorrow. Strange thing area, but I think there are other places in Norway that have also this name. So it's very common. And, it's a strange name. It's very common. To the right here, you see the seaside. There's a lot of wood here, and we're approaching here now the People's Museum of Troms. You know, Tromsø is laying in the county of Troms, or now it's named Troms og Finnmark, Troms and Finnmark. But the People's Museum here is situated on the, I think it's the right side. And there are some old buildings and properties showing how they lived many years ago, 100 years ago. To the right side here, you can see it, but it's one of the most popular beaches in Tromsø. Telegrafbukta is a very famous place to be when it's sunny days. And yeah, it's sunny days, but it's not often that warm temperatures in Tromsø. So can be okay to stay on the beach, laying there and get a tan. But bathing in the sea, well, for the toughest one, it's quite okay, but I haven't done it. I have never been bathing in the sea in Tromsø, but of course some people like it, so it's okay. Now we're approaching the southern tip to the right here. Southern tip is named Sydspissen, and then we have quickly after that Lånes. It seems like Longness, but it's Lånes. And here we come to more private properties and also food stores. Number of food stores here. And yeah. To say a bit about Sydspissen, or the southern tip. There was a military camp there many years ago, where under the World War II, there was a prisoner camp in that area, which later became a Norwegian military camp for people who were standing here in the military areas around the city, and they came to Sydspissen to sleep in the weekends. So it was how to say it, a free area, so to say. This area to the right here, it's been a lot of buildings the last years. And, I moved away from Tromsø in 1991, and I've been here as a tourist almost every year since then. Almost every year. And I must say that the last 10 or 20 years, I'm shocked how much there has been built, especially in this area here on the right side. To the left here is the old meieri, or dairy, as you say. Meieri in Norwegian. Quite more properties and apartments. On the left side is very old houses, and to the right is the new apartment buildings. The road here is quite bad. But I think they are going to lay new asphalt. Look at this. Incredible bad. Holy shit. Be careful with the car. It's my dad's car, so I have to be careful. Of course. And then we come back into the city from south here. The road here is Strandveien, Strand Road or Beach Road. On the left side here is the old hospital before UNN was built. And, I remember when I was a little boy, about 40-50 years ago, it was the hospital we used to be at when we had need for doctor. Yeah. Just have to wait for the green light. See the brewery, Mock, which, like I told earlier, it is now mostly offices in the buildings here. But earlier, about 10 years or so, it was production lines here. But they had to escalate and have bigger buildings, so they moved the factory out of the city, back to the neighbor municipality. Then we're back in the main street, Storgata. And we are heading towards the bridge, I think. Okay, young lady, come on. And yeah. Taxi green, as we call it in Tromsø. Taxi green. Then we're in Tromsø, the road between the main street, and Grønnegata, which is the parallel street to Main Street. There's a lot of hotels around here, and yeah, restaurants. Some of these road bumps, they can be quite big, so you have to take care. That's the meaning. Slow down the speed and take it easy. Okay, then we go to the right here and go to, or against the bridge over to Tromsø, which is the direction we're going to my home. Well, not my home, but that's home. So yeah, you see here is a lot of industry, service companies around here too. There's old houses in this area. The street we are now in is Skippergata, Skipper Street. Now we're soon turning into Tromsø Bridge. Tromsø Bridge was built in 1958 to 1960. It was opened in 1960. It's quite narrow bridge, but there's very high traffic. Sometimes there are accidents here, but most of the time it goes well. But as you can see, if you meet, or two buses, for example, are meeting here, it can be quite narrow. but it goes. What we see now soon is very famous, maybe the most famous building in Tromsø, which is Ishavskatedralen, the Cathedral of Arctic. It was built in the 60s. I think it opened in 1965, and it's a very special building. It's a church for this area named Tromsdal, Troms Valley. It has a shape like an iceberg. We're turning down here to the seaside, and we are going under the bridge, Tromsø Bridge. You see it up there. On the left side here is a place called Mandela Sletta, the Mandela area. When I was a young boy, there was a landfill here, and it stinked like hell. And after the landfill was ended and moved away, there was nothing. And I think it's about 15 or 20 years ago, Nelson Mandela was visiting Tromsø, and there was a concert in this area. After that concert, the area has been named Mandela Sletta after him. Quite a nice thing to do. Okay, but then I end the movie and start uploading to YouTube as soon as possible. Just have to take off. Oh, a lot of water. Okay, that was the movie about the video about Tromsø in a rainy day. Bye bye.